Hi all, this is Sia Naz and welcome to episode 19 of the Diary of a Hip Hop Artist podcast. So yay, finally I managed to get a beat done. The working title for this beat is called Type Dope. I think it's the name of the snare in the drum kit. And I thought it was pretty cool, and it's got a retro sort of sound to it. So I thought that would be a good name for the beat, so Type Dope it is. I found this beat just looking through my files, just looking for beats to finish, and that was almost done, and I just can't remember when I made it. I don't know how I made it. I don't know if I was watching a tutorial. I have no idea where it's come from, but it sounds really cool, and I've just been working on the drum kit and just some of the instruments in that beat, just to balance everything, like all the instruments, so one is not louder than the other, just so that everything sits in the middle and it sounds really good. That's what I've been working on with that beat. So let's start with the week. On Monday, the 4th of March, what I did was watched Surviving R. Kelly. So they've got it on Foxtel, which is cable for us, and it's really disturbing. I mean, we've all heard the rumours, the cults and the underage girls and all that, and just to see so many women and the abuse, it's really disappointing, because he was really one of my favourite artists, and 12 Play would have to be one of my favourite CDs, but now 12 Play, just even the title of the album's disgusting, considering what he made girls do, and it's really disappointing. So it's really upsetting. It's really upsetting to watch, and it's really good that they had the psychologist there to explain why girls stayed, and because you think, if you get treated like that, why didn't they just leave? So it was really good to see the psychologist talk and hear what they had to say, and that it takes up to 7 tries before someone leaves an abusive situation. And it's just amazing. I mean, it's easy for us to talk on the outside, but you're not the one that's being manipulated and told that your family doesn't want you, and that they're the only ones that will help you, and they're actually abusing you, and your family's actually the one that wants to help you. So yeah, it's really, really distressing. So that was on Monday. I also watched a few videos on how to mix and master. So as I was saying, with the Tight Dope beat, just learning how to balance everything so everything fits nicely, and there's not one instrument too loud or sound too loud. So I was watching a few videos, and the ones with Dave Pensado are really good. He's such a nice, kind man, so I really like watching them. I don't always understand what he's doing. There's a lot of listening that you have to do, like with mixing and mastering, just listening to how you're balancing things and how things are sounding. So I do enjoy watching those videos. And I also watched a goal setting video by Curtis King. I really like Curtis King. I'm really happy for his success. I noticed that he's got like over 120,000 subscribers. I remember when he had 60,000 subscribers, and then he said, I've got to set a goal. My wife and I, we discussed it, and he decided that he would do 3 videos a week, and then his channel just skyrocketed. But I've heard that from other YouTube videos. They say like the minimum is to do 3 videos, and Casey Neistat said his channel exploded once he started vlogging daily. So even with me, like I record stuff and I think, but do people want to see this, and do people want to see that? And I've got a lot of videos recorded. I don't know what to put out, so I don't know, maybe I should just put everything out and just let you guys decide what you want to hear, or you just let me know what you want to hear or you want to see, and that'd be really helpful too, because I do a mix of things, like from producing to beat making and lyric writing and recording. So it's a mishmash of a few things, and I don't know what to put out. And I don't want to be putting out different channels. Maybe that might help, because I notice a lot of other YouTubers say, oh, go and watch this on this one of my channels, or go and watch it on this channel. It's like, why don't you just have different playlists, and then people just go to the one channel and they can find everything there. So that's sort of my thinking at the moment, to do that. I don't know, maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe I need to divide it into channels and just let people who like those things just go to that channel for that thing. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll have to try it. So that was Monday. Then on Tuesday, I got a new laptop and I started using it. And I realized that I made a really big mistake, and I didn't check the CPU. And my old laptop is heaps better than the new laptop, which is not a good thing. And it's a Dell laptop, the new one. But I had Dell before, and it was my favorite of all of them. And now it's the worst. And it's just taken me over a week, like 2 weeks, to get everything onto the new laptop. And it's slower than my old one, and it just doesn't work as well, which is really disappointing because of all the work. And I contacted Dell, and they said, look, they did a remote access to my computer, and they tried to make it go faster, but the problem is it can go faster like between pages, like when you're on the internet. But when I have to work in Ableton, or I have to work in Premiere Pro, it's so slow. It's just ridiculous, and that's the reason why I got a new laptop. And I do when I do my tutorials on the new laptop, the image is fuzzy, so the screen resolution must be really bad. I didn't even check those things. The main thing I was checking about was the RAM, and that it was double. You don't see anything where it says, look at for the CPU. And if I had have really looked at that, I would have seen that my new computer is slower than the old one. So I don't know, it's double, and I don't know, it's really disappointing now. So Dell said that they would take the new one back and I could get a refund. But I've bought Windows, I've bought the Office suite, and all the time that it's taken me to put all the new stuff on the new computer, and it's really disappointing. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to try and work with the old one until I can find a computer I can afford that can do everything, that can be really fast and affordable. So that's really annoying. So that's a couple of weeks wasted on that. And one annoying thing with the new laptop is that the speakers is only like tiny little slots on the edges underneath of the laptop, and I didn't even think of that, because my old laptop, it's got Beats audio, and the speakers are right across the top of the keyboard, whereas the new laptop, the speakers are just little slits on either side, and it's terrible. The sound is terrible, and there's just so much wrong with this new laptop. So now I have to give it back and keep working with my old one till I can figure out what to do. So it's really, really annoying. And when I bought some new monitors as well. So this is now on Wednesday. I had to get new monitors because the speakers on the new laptop are rubbish. And one of the people I usually buy from Store DJ, and I just did the chat, which I really enjoyed doing chat. I'm glad that that's available when you go shopping. I did the chat, and I got one of the salespeople. Her name is Hannah, and turns out that she's a DJ and that she does courses at Store DJ in Richmond. And we were having a chat, and I'm like, I do hip hop and I've got my own channel. And she's like, oh, that's really cool. I'm an artist too, and I do my stuff. So we had a good chat. I think maybe that was a good thing that I got a crappy laptop and crappy speakers, so it was good that I got a chance to chat to her. So I'm going to head down to Richmond. I think it's in the next few weeks. There's like a DJ event, and I said to her, I'm not a DJ, but she said this event is only for girls, so girl DJs. And I said, I'm not a DJ, but she said, but we're producers, and there's going to be heaps of girl producers there, so come down and have a chat with everyone and just meet people. So I thought that's really cool, so I'm definitely going to do that. And the speakers that I sort of Googled were PreSonus Eris E3.5, and they're nice. They're small speakers because I don't have a big space on my desk. The sound is really cool, and I'm really happy with them. And because I work a lot at night, I can reduce the volume. Like I had the Rocket speakers, and that cutout feature is annoying as hell, and I just couldn't reduce the volume. I could get it low, but then it cut off. Whereas with the Eris ones, you can put them really low and still work. Because I don't always like having the headphones on my head, mainly because being a carer of my parents, I'm worried that they might fall or they call me and I can't hear them because I've got the headphones on. So that's why I like to have these monitors and just keep them low, and then I can still, if somebody calls out, I can help and still work on music. So that's important. So yeah, the PreSonus Eris E3.5, highly recommend. They're really cool speakers. And I worked on my DMX beat, which is, Tightrope. It was called DMX first, but then I saw Tightrope was the name of the snare, I think it was, as I said before. So I was working on that on Wednesday. Yeah, I've been working on that beat all week, so I like to work on it a little bit every day. So then on Thursday, and I thought I should ask them when I'm at the store, because I ended up going down the same day and picking up the speakers because I was desperate for them, and they weren't too expensive. $189 is really good, so I was really happy with that. So I went down there and I picked them up, and I thought, I wonder if it's going to have all the cables. Like, what about the cables to connect it to my audio box? And I thought, oh no, they would have told me, because I told them that I'm going to be connecting it to my audio box, so they didn't say anything to me. And then, of course, when I got home, realised that there aren't any cables to connect the speakers to my audio box. So then I had to go on Thursday to JB Hi-Fi because it was too late to go back to the store. It had closed by the time I managed to get them out of the box and set them all up. So then I had to go to JB Hi-Fi and apparently they're just guitar cords, but they're TRS balance cords. So I got 2 packets of those. It's not cheap, $45. So $45 for 2 cables. Yeah, not cheap, but they work really well and they're really cool. So I managed to hook up my speakers and set it all up, and really good sound. So I'm really happy with that. Also on Thursday, I go and see a therapist for neurotherapy, because I've seen a lot of therapists before, but usually just talking, and none of that has helped. And with this neurotherapy, they attach things to your head and they play music, and it's supposed to, I don't know what it does. It talks to your mind like this music. There's something subconscious in the music that talks to your brain and just eases it or just helps it work better. I don't know, because I have been having some really incredibly bad panic attacks, and I've never had that before. So the neurotherapy, I think, has been working. So I did that on Thursday. I also made some videos on how to hook everything up, like with the speakers and the laptop and all that. But the problem is, because I used the new laptop to make the tutorial on how to hook everything up, the clarity of the screen is awful. Everything is fuzzy, so I have to redo it. And I haven't had a chance to do that yet, so I always have too much on. I need to sort of start and finish things straight away, or as soon as I can, because I try to do, I think, too much, like a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of that, and then got a bit of everything done and nothing's finished. So I've got to learn to finish what I start. So I've got to finish those tutorials. With a new laptop, I downloaded OBS, Open Broadcast Software, to do the tutorials, but yeah, the vision was just too blurry, and it's just a laptop. The screen resolution is terrible, so that's another disappointment with this stupid new laptop. So that was Thursday. So on Friday was a very sad night, because I watched Leaving Neverland. And Leaving Neverland was really distressing. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but my heart just broke for those guys, and it's just unmistakable what they've said, that, Michael Jackson was a pedophile. It's disgusting. I guess where there's smoke, there's fire, and so many rumours, and how many times they took him to court. It's really disappointing. So that really made me really sad on Friday night. So after I watched Leaving Neverland, I worked on the Tight Dope beat again. Yeah, just a lot of second guessing myself. Like I like to do things differently, like make the beat a bit different. Then I think, oh no, it's too weird. And then you just go back to normal. Like I don't always do that. A lot of the times I'll stick to my so-called weird way and, release things that I really like. But I think this one was just sounded a bit funny, so I took out a few elements from it. But maybe I might release the funny version and have two different beats, and then people can decide from there which one they like. And I made the beat video on Friday night, so that was really cool. I really enjoy making those beat videos. They're fun. It's a nice creative process. But I think I'm going to have to go back there because on the old laptop I've put the song back up to have a listen to it, and some of the sounds are out. There's two instruments in there that they're just really great on your ear. It's not balanced, so I might have to remake that video and remix the beat. So I might do that tonight. So that was Friday. So I've been a busy bee this week. And then Saturday I watched the rest of Leaving Neverland, which just made me cry. I just feel so bad for them, but I'm so glad that they've got this story out, and everybody knows the truth now. And it's disappointing, but I'm glad to hear that radio stations have decided not to play Michael Jackson. And I even read in the paper today that The Simpsons are removing the episode where Michael Jackson did a voiceover for one of the episodes. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's the one where Homer goes into an asylum and there's a guy in there, like a fat, bald, white guy, and it's voiced by Michael Jackson, and he helps Lisa write a song. So apparently what creators from The Simpsons are doing is they're removing that episode from streaming, and they're removing it from all the box sets slowly. So it's sad, but it's great to hear that they're doing that. I'm sure the boys are really happy. I really feel for them. I'm really sorry that they went through that and everything they're going through now. You've really got to see Leaving Neverland. It's distressing, but I'm glad they got their story out, and we are starting to learn the truth and really acknowledge the truth. I also watched the last episodes of Muting R. Kelly, so it was a bit of a sad night on Saturday. And that's distressing as well. It's so disappointing that he's like that. I would, again, we heard all the rumors again, where there's smoke, there's fire, but it's crazy. It's like a cult. Like all those women that he abused and the cult-like environment and the people that worked for him that helped him do that. It's crazy. It's absolute madness. And in the last episode, you hear that one girl tried to escape, and that his people ran after her and grabbed her and took her back. Like, that's just insanity. What crazy people would work for him and drag a girl back when they know that she's being abused? Why would you do that? Anyway, I hope they get I think there's only 2 girls left now. I hope they manage to get them out of there and get them home, because the families have been trying to get to them for years. Like, one's been trying for 3 years. Like, one of the mothers managed to get her daughter back after 2 years. Then apparently the daughter went back to R. Kelly, and then the mother managed to get her back, and that's it. She hasn't gone back. It's just strange, the pull that an abuser can have on someone, on their victims. Just awful. I don't know if the pull is a good term, but just awful. It's just awful. Leaving Neverland and Muting R. Kelly. Well, I don't recommend watching all that on the same nights. Really, it really makes me sad and disappointed and angry. It makes me angry that people can treat other people like that and get away with it. Just disgusting. And then after I watched that, I worked on my music from think from last week when I recorded the vocals for 2 songs, I managed to comp the vocals for I Want It. And what comping means is when you record vocals for a song, you do like a couple of takes, and then what you do is go back and take the best bits from each take and make it into one, so it sounds like you did it perfectly in one go, but you haven't. It's taken like from the song I Wanted, I did it 4 or 5 times, so, and it was the last 2 times that were really good, so I took those 2 and comped those 2 and cut them up and put the best pieces together, and that's what you're going to hear once I release that song. So that was Saturday, and today is Sunday, and I'm doing the podcast, and then after this I'm going to edit this podcast, I'm going to do the YouTube video, and then I'm going to release it tomorrow. So Sunday is podcast night. So that's it for the week. Please share with your friends or someone you think would like to hear this podcast, and I will catch you on the next show. But to finish, here is my beat called Tight Dope. I hope you enjoy it. I'm so happy that I finally getting a beat out. Thanks for listening, and I will speak to you guys next time. Thanks, friends. Bye.